Hello everybody, my name is VP Singh and I would like to greet all the students studying pharmacy, dentistry, medicine, nursing and other paramedical fields who also have pharmacology on their course schedules. In this session, we will start with an introduction to pharmacology and talk about terminology and the definitions that are frequently used when studying pharmacology. I will do everything in my power to make sure you learn. Throughout your pharmacology studies, I am looking forward to working with you. So, without delay, we start our presentation. So, chapter 1 is general pharmacology, and in this general pharmacology, first we study the scope of pharmacology, and during the study the scope of pharmacology, we will study about the definitions which are commonly used in this subject. So, first we study what is the pharmacology. Pharmacology is the study of drugs, or you can say the study of drug is known as pharmacology. In broad sense, it relates with how exogenously delivered chemical compounds interact with living systems. Alternatively, it can refer to any one chemical that can cause a biological response as a drug. It covers all the facets of drug knowledge, but primarily those that are crucial to their efficient and secure application in medical settings. Most medicines were crude natural items with unknown composition and little efficacy for thousands of years. Only the overt effect of these compounds on the body were vaguely understood. However, it was completely unknown how they were created. Rudolf Buchnin, who established the first pharmacology institute in Germany in 1847, ushered in the field of pharmacology as an experimental discipline. Some of the fundamental ideas of pharmacology were first proposed by Ostwald Schellenberg, known as the father of pharmacology. Pharmacognosy, pharmacognosy is defined as the systemic study of the morphological, chemical, and biological aspect of crude pharmaceuticals derived from natural sources as well as their history, cultivation, collection, extraction, isolation, biosync, quality control, and production. Pharmacy Pharmacy is the preparation and standardization of the pharmaceuticals. It is a science and in art, the growing of medicinal plants, creating chemical compounds of medicinal value, and examining therapeutic agent are all included in this purview. The production of drug dosage forms such as tablet, capsule, and sterile injectable solutions is the responsibility of pharmacists. Pharmacodynamics, what the drug does to the body. The study of the biochemical, physiological, and molecular effects of medicines on the body, including receptors binding, post-receptor effects, and chemical interaction, is known as the pharmacodynamics. Drug's ability to bind to its target determines the pharmacological reactions. The drug's action is influenced by the concentration of the drug at the receptor site. Physiological modification brought on by an illness or disease may have an impact on a drug's pharmacodynamics. A disorder or disease, aging process, and the other medications may cause the change in the pharmacodynamic effects. Pharmacokinetic, what the body does to the drug. Pharmacokinetic, commonly referred to as what the body does to a drug, is the study of how drugs move throughout the body, including how quickly they are absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted. In medicines, pharmacokinetic is influenced by the element specific to the patient as well as by the chemical makeup of the drug. Population level predictions of pharmacokinetic parameters can be made using some patient related variables such as renal functions, genetic makeup, sex, and age. Pharmacotherapeutics, it is the use of pharmacological expertise and understanding of disease for the prevention, mitigation, or treatment of a disease. Pharmacotherapeutics include the selection of the best medication, dose, and length of treatment while taking into account the unique characteristic of the patient. Chemotherapy, In this, we study how the systemic infection malignancy is treated with particular medications that have selective toxicity for the infecting agent, malignant cells, and no minimal impact on the host cells. Toxicology. Science's field of toxicology aids in our understanding of the potentially hazardous consequences that substances, chemicals, or events can have on people, animals, and the environment. Toxicology is sometimes referred to as the science of safety since it has transformed from a field that primarily focuses on investigating poisons and the harmful consequences of chemical exposure to one that is primarily concerned with researching safety. Toxicology employs science to make predictions about which substance will be harmful and in what ways, and then it disseminates those findings to safeguard the public health. A few factors need to be kept in mind when discussing toxicology. Pharmacogenomics, also known as pharmacogenetics, is the branch of science that looks at how a person's gene influence how they react to the pharmaceuticals. Its a long-term objective is to assist physicians in choosing the medications and doses that are ideal for every patient. It falls under the category of precise medicines, which tries to treat every patient uniquely. Clinical pharmacology. Clinical pharmacology, it is the scientific investigation of drugs, both conventional and novel, in humans. It entails research on the pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics of pharmaceuticals in healthy volunteers and patients, evaluation of the efficacy and safety of medication, comparison studies with other modalities of therapy, surveillance of drug use patterns, side effects. Clinical pharmacology seeks to produce information for evidence-based medicine which aims to use medications as effectively as possible. Drug information sources. Data on the drugs can be found in various places. Textbooks on pharmacology are the most helpful for the drug information sources, whereas other sources are such as reference books about drugs, drug indices, and the journal posts. In this slide, we will discuss about the drug nomenclature. First, we will discuss about the chemical name. It describes the substance chemically, but this is the cumbersome and not suitable for use in prescribing. In this naming system, the name of the drug is given on the basis of its chemical structure or the chemical formula. International guidelines are followed during the chemical naming. Non-proprietary name. It is the name that has been approved by a reputable scientific organization such as the United States Adopted Name Council. The British approved name of a medicine is comparable. Newer medication non-proprietary names are maintained consistent by committing to using the recommended international non-proprietary name across all WHO members. The authorized name may also be referred to as the non-proprietary name up until the drug is listed in the pharmacopoeia. It becomes the official name once it appears in the official publication. The phrase generic name is used instead of the non-proprietary name in everyday speech. Proprietary name or the brand name. Proprietary name, it is the name that its manufacturers have given the product and is his trademark. There could be several proprietary names for a one medicine. Brand names are intended to be the memorable, brief, and frequently provocative. In general, brand names vary between nations. Even the same manufacturer may sell the same medication under various brand names in the other nations. In this slide, we will discuss about the drug compendia. Drug compendia are collection of data on pharmaceuticals in the form of monographs that exclude discussing theoretical ideas, mechanism of action, and other elements that are important for comprehension. Pharmacopoeias and formularies are published by a nation's government, have legal standing, and are referred to as official compendia. Professional organizations also provide a few non-official compendia, which are additional reliable sources of knowledge regarding pharmaceuticals. Pharmacopoeia, they provide descriptions of the molecular weight, physical and chemical properties, solubility, identification and assay techniques, purity criteria, storage requirement, and dosage form of medicines that have been formally approved for use in a given nation. They are helpful to regulatory agencies and drug makers, but not to the doctors because the majority of them never encounter a pharmacopoeia. Examples include United States pharmacopoeia, Indian pharmacopoeia, British pharmacopoeia, European pharmacopoeia. These are the examples of pharmacopoeia. Formularies. They are typically generated in the form of portable booklet that details the indication, dosage form, contraindication, precautions, side effects, and storage of particular pharmaceuticals that are available for medical use in a given nation. Drugs are divided into the therapeutic classes. There are several logical fixed dose medications combinations included. In a journal, a brief description of the pharmacological class and the clinical situations in which it is used comes before information on specific medication. There are some brief therapy recommendations for a few conditions. The National Formulary of India does not provide brand names with prices, unlike the British National Formulary. Martindale, this unofficial compendium, which the Royal Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain publishes every 2 or 3 years, is thorough and updated compilation of unbiased information about medications used or licensed worldwide. It includes new releases and offers information on pharmaceuticals, pharmacological, and therapeutic usage of medications, making it trustworthy source of reference material. And the last, physician desk references and the drugs, facets and comparison, etc. are the other useful non-official compendia. So here I would end my presentation. Thank you.